I'm Lisa Grace, born and raised in Idaho, and I am taking a journey, and I'm going to take you on a journey with me. And this journey is a little bit different. It is a journey on my way to myself. And let me tell you a little bit about how I came to this place where I actually started to take this journey, need to take this journey. So I'm a mom of three. My kids are all grown, graduated, amazing children. And I was a mom for a lot of years. And I didn't know me. I got married when I was 18, had my first kid when I was 20. And my life consisted of making sure everybody else was taken care of, which was amazing, and I loved it. And what I didn't realize was I didn't know myself. So if you've ever watched one of my favorite movies, Runaway Bride, there's a scene in there where Julia Roberts, no matter who she's around, she starts to love what the other person loves. And she doesn't know what she loves. She doesn't know herself. And even deeper than that, I didn't love myself. I truly didn't have self-love. I loved everybody else around me, and I didn't love myself. So how I started to realize that, and where I like got to this point where I'm at right now, fast forward, I've been selling real estate for a little over 10 years, and I'm amazing at it. I love it. I high earner, can make up to $1 million a year selling real estate. It's great. And I spent and self-sacrificed a lot of my time in service to other people, which I loved, and it fed me. But what I didn't realize was it was feeding me what I was missing, which was self-love. I was doing something outside of myself so that I could feel love within myself. And one day, about a year and a half ago, I woke up to the realization that the cycle that I was in, the patterns that I was in, the way that my life was, while I love my family, it wasn't going well for me. And I actually wasn't happy. I didn't have the amount of joy. There's a difference between happiness and joy. And I didn't have joy. I had happiness, and there were happy things, and there were great things. But when it came down to it, happiness and joy were really the exception, and it wasn't the rule that my life lived by. And so there was a lot of sadness and depression and, medication for depression, and always trying to combat. It just seemed like a fight every single day. Every day, it seemed like I was going to pick myself up if I was like physically, right? Pick myself up, get myself out, go exercise, do my work for the day, take care of everybody, and like be happy. But what was happening was I was happy on the outside, and I was putting a smile on for the rest of the world. But on the inside, I really wasn't fulfilled, and I really wasn't happy. So fast forward a little bit more, and I became a 44-year-old divorced mom of 3 adult children. And that was a really big life change for me. And through that process, I have started to develop myself and develop love for myself and really understand where my patterns come from, my patterns of behavior, and how they served me really well for a really long time, but how they stopped serving me and how they were actually making my life kind of miserable. And I started to learn what I loved, and I started to learn self-love. And the process for me was really, I called it American Ninja Warrior. It was like an emotional American Ninja Warrior to start to uncover what I'd been really burying, hiding, the patterns of behavior I've had since I was a kid, since I was little, and starting to realize where they showed up in my life and how they affected my life and how they affected my relationships. And the other really amazing, interesting thing was I thought everything, from the outside looking in, everybody would look at what I have, what I've built, how I serve. The people in my town look at me like I've got it going, right? The family's great, healthy children. And so when I got divorced, they were like, oh my gosh, what happened? It was shocking for people because they didn't know what was on the inside. They didn't know what was going on for me on the inside. But what I realized was I really wasn't living life. I was surviving. And I was really, really, really good at surviving. And I didn't actually know how to live and what it felt like to be aligned with myself and in my truest self. And I really, for me, I never actually developed my truest self. And you could blame it on, because I got married young or had kids when I was younger. Like maybe I didn't have time to develop. I think for all of us, we have these patterns that if we don't identify them and we just keep living them, then we keep behaving in ways that don't actually make us happy, and we're not living our most joyful, amazing lives that we possibly can. So there are a lot of intricacies and stories inside of that, which I'll share later. But I decided about 6 months ago, well, about 3 years ago, I decided my divorce plan was if I get divorced, I'm going to go to Italy. And that was just in the back of my mind. Italy, I don't know why. I love architecture. I'm in real estate. It's beautiful. I'm like, Italy sounds phenomenal, right? It's a big dream, big goal. And so about 6 months ago, I bought these beautiful paintings of Italy to stick on my office walls. And I was like, I'm going to go to Italy. And I didn't know when. And I thought it might be in April. And I thought it might be in May. And my birthday is in June. And my anniversary was in June. And the anniversary of my divorce is in June. And I was like, I'm going to go celebrate the heck out of myself in June in Italy for the entire month. Now, what does that look like when I have responsibilities and I've got, you think you can't leave? Like you don't see that it's possible. People don't understand how that's possible. But I made it possible. And I set up my city. I'm a mayor in my city. So I set up my city to win while I'm gone. And I set my assistants up to win. And I set my kids up to win. And I'm going to go take myself to Italy and go experience life and find out what I love and learn to love and know me even better. I love me. I've found self-love, but I don't know all the things that I love myself. Like the things that I love about life, what I want to do. Do I want to scuba dive? I don't know, right? And so learning to get to know myself and how to do that and help others do that as well. So I'm going to take this trip, I'm going to go sailing for the first 7 days, and we're going to have an amazing transformational time with the people on the boat that we're going to share. And my biggest, most deepest desire now is to help other people go through the same grace transformation process as I have, where you come to a realization where you don't want to keep in the same patterns that you're in. And you start to realize there is more to life. And I think we all realize that at some point, like we want more and there is more to life, but we don't know how to get it. We don't know what the steps even would be, because really we have that realization and then we very quickly fall back into, but I feel trapped, or I feel like I can't change what's happening. I can't change what's outside of me. Or we also feel like we have to blow up our lives and get divorced or make some really big move in order to make change. And that's not true. So I'm going to share the process for that transformation and journey to self-love so that you can be happy no matter what your exterior circumstances, no matter where you're at. And then you make amazing decisions from that place of strength instead of from desperation and a place of reaction and a place of feeling like your life has to blow up in order to feel better. So that's the journey I'm going to take you on.